Number one, we're going to practice at 2:30 today instead of pushing it to 3:30, 3:45. I guess we got weather issues. So if you guys are staying for practice, we'll probably finish up about 4:30, 4:45.
Supposed to get bad, isn't it?
Sorry?
Supposed to get bad.
I think there's some wind issues or thunder. I don't know what's going on.
56
I
miles an hour.
all I know is
What they're saying.
they told me to go early and we'll meet afterwards. But A.J. Graham, again, still in the boot, won't practice, won't play. Status is unknown, may not play the rest of the year. I have no idea. But quarterback, of course, will be Brian and Eddie will both play. And we'll go from there. UTEP's an excellent team. You guys saw them firsthand a year ago. They got, I think they got 8 of the starters back on offense, 7 or 8 starters back on offense. They led the league in total offense. I think they were 18th in the country in total offense. The quarterback's a 4-year starter. The tailback broke a school record, almost 1,600 yards rushing. And they got big number 2, that big wide receiver is next. He gave those major headaches a year ago. So they got great talent on offense, and it'll be a great challenge for our defense to match up and play. But kids we face a lot of adversity. I think the one thing that happens is when you face adversity, you find out a lot about people. You find out a lot about coaches. You find out a lot about players. And these kids have not flinched. The one thing I'm proud of them is their accountability has been unbelievable. We ask a lot of them. We're there early. We go to bed late. They're in early for workouts. They're in study halls. They're in classes and meetings. We met at 6:30 this morning. Everybody's there on time, and they're great kids that work extremely hard. So I'm proud of the kids, and we'll have a great week of practice. We're going to have a great week of preparation. It's homecoming. We're excited to play, and we're looking forward to it.
Questions? Doc, do you see a scenario where it seems like all of Eddie's playing time has come second half or even late, and you guys are down?
I do, yes.
Do you think he'll go earlier?
I do, yeah. I'd like to see him play a little more on Saturday. I thought he would at the point we got him in the game, but that being said, I think you'll see him earlier. Yes, and he went and did some good things. Our issue is we're trying. We're not trying. We're going to put this football team in the best possible position that we can to win football games. And Brian gives us some things that Eddie doesn't, and Eddie gives us a couple things that Brian doesn't. And we're going to play them both and take advantage of both of their strengths and see what happens.
You see Eddie getting more comfortable out there?
I do. It's just hard for freshmen to grasp the entire offense. He's done a nice job. He worked extremely hard, and I do see him. He's like an Energizer bunny at times out there, but he's starting to slow down. He's starting to slow down a little bit. He's going to be fine. He's going to be a good player.
Well, the good thing is he's a change of pace. He's going to be a change of pace guy from BA.
Yeah, and he's. Like I say, he's pretty good with the ball. And he's a little quicker. He can run a little better, and he does some good things.
Coach, what do you make of this? You haven't been out there. That's a long road trip each way. It seems like that takes a toll on these teams. At least if you look at the scores of the games in El Paso.
We played out there one time. I think it was '96. I played out there on Christmas Day, and it snowed. Believe it or not, but. It's pretty. I was hoping we'd play at noon. What we ought to do is schedule the game at noon. That way, for them, it'd be 10 o'clock their time. I guess maybe they'd wake up a little later. But it's. I don't know. You just got. I'm sure that Coach Price, has been around a long time. And he'll have those guys prepared, and I guess for them it'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff, which it's not a major issue. I wouldn't think. I know it's 3 o'clock here. It's 1 o'clock for them, though.
That's right.
Okay.
Last week, Tulane kind of ended up throwing everything out and just running it down their throats, about 260 yards worth.
Yeah, Tulane did an excellent job, and Tulane beat a Rutgers team that I think's 4-2, I think, in the Big East Conference. They won 3 games. Tulane did a nice job with it. They got a nice tailback. Their offensive line is very physical, and Tulane went in there and did a nice job. They sure did.
Do you see a potential physical advantage for your team, offense versus their defense?
We're going to try. And I've said it every week. We've got to. We can't be one-dimensional, and we are at this point. And we're going to try to mix it up and run the ball a little bit and see if we can, see what we can do there. But it sure makes it a lot easier throwing it when you can run it a little bit and there's a threat of the run, and we're going to try to do that. We'll try to establish a little bit of that.
Along those lines, Tron Martinez really got some tough yardage for you, late too. When
He did late in the fourth quarter. I thought he stuck it up in there pretty good, and we need to give him a shot, see what he can do.
Especially short yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, we were talking to Chad Schofield, and he kind of compared the remainder of the season to a playoff type scenario. One game in your high watermark. Is that something you talk about?
No, it's not. We got to take. We got one game right now. That's we got to focus on one game only, and then go to the next one. And I don't. We got to. Our goal is to get better as a football team this week, and walk off that field better, and to go focus on just playing one game at a time. And this week's is Texas El Paso.
How much of a step in the right direction is it the fact that you ran 82 plays, you ran more plays than they did, and your time of possession was much higher? That's the first time that's happened in the same game for you.
That was something that we wanted to accomplish going into that game, because if we could win the time of possession battle, of course it took the ball out of East Carolina's hands, and we did that. That being said, we can't turn the damn ball. We can't turn the ball over. If you don't turn the ball over in a couple of critical situations, we go at halftime. It's a pretty close ball game, and stick it in the end zone there in the half. But we just can't. We can't continue to shoot. We're not a good enough football team to turn the football over and have a chance to win against any team, much less a good team. And
as it was, you made them beat you left-handed.
Yeah.
With the running game, they hadn't beat anybody that way.
Right.
You kind of nullified the passing game. You took Harris away from them.
And
and paid him pretty well.
We felt we had to, Chuck. We felt we did what we had. We went into that game knowing that we had to get we had to create some issues for them on defense, which with some pressure and some full blitzes and dropping off and playing coverage, and we also felt we had to try to control the clock, control the time of possession, throwing the football around a little bit with Brian. And I thought we did it, with the exception of a couple of the picks there. The one off the back of the head is a little different, but we just can't turn it over. I mean, we just can't do that. And unfortunately, we continue to do it. If we can't.
On the flip side, at halftime, did you sense almost like a disheartening feeling at all, simply because you played so well in the first half?
No, I don't think so. The thing is, we did turn the ball over and we held them to a field goal. That being said, I felt, I don't feel our kids felt at all like that at halftime. I thought we had great energy at halftime. I thought we had great, coming out. I thought that being said, we got to get, we just got to get better as a football team. We have to, and we're continuing to work to get that done.
What's the injury status?
About the same. I mean, we'd have Provanch's day to day, in or out. I don't know. He's still got the issue. Other than him, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Arrington,
Sorry.
That was encouraging with Arrington. He was able
Yeah.
to almost all second.
Yeah,
half.
it didn't. Problem is when you get to guys that don't practice, it's hard to. And even our quarterback a week ago, didn't spend much time throwing the football, and it's hard to go out there and not practice all week and go in there and play well. It's just not very many guys that can do that. And Devin wasn't able to practice all week, and he went in there and had some MAs because of it that hurt us. So our guys need to get out there and practice every week to be effective, and I think for the most part they will this week.
You got some new guys involved a little bit too. Jamie Hatton made a big crucial third down catch. Was really open for what could have been a touchdown if he had time to throw. Crawford had his first catch ever on another third down conversion. So there was some different guys getting involved.
Yeah, there's some positive things with me. Zach Dunston got his first start at linebacker, and he spent about 2 weeks there. He's unfortunately got hurt on a kickoff return the first 2 or 3 series of the game there, but he's shown signs of being a good player. I think we played 5 freshmen on defense at one point. Aiken, Dunston, Darryl Roberts. We're playing a lot of young guys in there, and the good thing is they're playing and getting some experience. The bad thing is they're freshmen, so they got to continue to get better, and they will. They will.
You had those 3 tight ends catch balls. Was that something you were trying to do at all, or get more people involved with?
Well, we're just trying to find some players that can make plays. Lee's was sick all week. He's got some bronchitis or something going on, so he was having trouble breathing at times out there, so he couldn't play every snap, and some of his other guys got some reps.
That's why you took him off of
It's kickoff return and some things, yeah.
You were real high on Gator Hoskins in August, but we haven't seen much of him since Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm still high. He's just a young kid. He's a freshman. He's athletic. He's going to be a really good player. freshmen sometimes develop at different rates, and he's just a little bit slower in his development, but he's going to be fine. He's going to be a good player. I'm glad he's here.
You got to do the same thing this week with their style defense, try to create some confusion and hopefully hold on the ball.
Well, yeah. As far as our defense is concerned, yeah.
Because last week, I mean, he only had 208 yards passing. He looked a little confused at times out there, and that's what Coach Rick always talked about. One little cloud of doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got an upper hand at the point.
Yeah, and that being said, the kid they've got's a 4-year starter, and they're a little different. They're a little different offensively than what East Carolina. They take a lot more shots down the field, which East Carolina had taken some prior to our game, but they're more of a vertical passing game, and they probably go in. Not probably. I mean, like I say, they had a rusher a year ago that was almost 1,600 yards, led the conference, and was one of the top rushers in the country, if not the top. And Mike wants to run the football first and take shots down the field. So they're a little bit different offensively. You better go in this game stopping the run and then not getting the ball thrown over your head. You got to make sure that you don't get the ball thrown over your head against these guys because they're going to take some shots.
Did he start to show signs of his true self last week against Tulane?
The tailback, yeah, he did. Yeah, you watch him from Memphis, all the way through. He's a little tentative against Memphis, but again, I thought Tulane. You watch him in the Tulane game, last week he stuck his foot in the ground and got vertical a couple times. He's a good back. You guys saw him firsthand.
Best back in the league last year.
Yeah, he's an excellent back. He really is.
Any more questions?
Doc, with your problems at running back, have you looked at the H-back, fullback, eye set, just something to kind of give you a spur there to get the running game going?
Here's my issue is number one, I don't know who that guy is, okay? But number two, it's always been my thought, and everywhere I've been with Urban and the entire deal is when you do this with your offense and you become a fullback, tailback, 2 wide out team, and you do this, you better be better than who you're playing. I mean, you better have 5 guys up front that can come off the ball and go block them because they're going to get an extra guy in the box, being a safety or whoever it is. And, when you tighten things down, you better be as good or better than who you're playing or you have no chance. It creates even more issues for you offensively. The one thing that the spread offense can do for you is you can have an unblocked man and you can get people in space. You don't have to block them all. And, for example, East Carolina is a perfect example. All that screens on a perimeter that they do and all the bubble screens and all the jailbreaks, that's their running game in the past. That's been their running game, and they throw it out there. You don't have to block them 7 guys in the box. They got to block those 3 or 4 guys on the perimeter. That's their running game. They do a great job with it. But that being said, I think the tighter that you get people in the box, you better be better. And I'm not sure we are right now, to be honest.
Does it sort of work to a point where you get used to those screens moving east and west laterally that you can sort of sneak in those busts up the middle like what they did last week?
Well, what happens to you is in order to take away the jailbreaks and the bubble screens and all that stuff on the perimeter, you got to walk your guys out. And it's all a number of guys in the box. The whole spread offense is based on how many people you got in the box and whether it's 2 high safety or 1 high safety and all those deals. And when you put those guys out there to take away those other deals, then you're creating issues for yourself with gap control up front with the fronts. And so you got to pick your poison, so to speak, and stop what they give you.
Coach, kind of an obvious question, what would a win just do for your guys, your psyche, and everybody?
Well, I mean, it's everything. I mean, believe me, we need to win in the worst way. You all need to win, I need to win, the fans need to win, Randy, everybody. I mean, that's what it's all about. And we all feel a hell of a lot better here next, whatever day we're having this thing, Tuesday, I guess, if we're talking about a win. And you go into every week. That's what this, the thing that's been great, again, is these kids, I know we're doing the right things. I really do. I know in my heart we're doing the right things. I know we're on the right path. The kids know that. I know that. Everybody in that building knows that. And, positive things are going to become of this. They really are. I mean, we're going to be a good football team at some point. And the kids are great kids. And I just in my heart, I know we're in the right direction. And just a win reinforces that. And we just need to go out and believe me, we're doing everything. I told, I don't remember who I told, but I told somebody, I think it was one of the deals. I got great coaches that won a lot of championships. And we spend hours and hours and hours putting these kids in the best possible position we can to go win the football game. We're going to do that again all week this week, and we're going to go out there Saturday and work our tails off to go get that win.
It's easy for everybody to look at 1 and 6, but you look at the last 5 and not anybody on the schedule really stands out above the first 7, do they? I mean, there is the chance to still achieve the goal of 6 and 6 in your ultimate.
Well, and again, you know, that there's no, we want to go, our goal and our plan is to win every game we play. And it's no different than the last 5, but I don't think at this point we can get that far ahead. We got to concern, you know, we got to be only concerned with this game we got on Saturday against Texas El Paso. But you're right. You know, we're going, and you know, we're going to prepare, and just like we have for all the rest of them, and go. You know, our plan is to go win this football game on Saturday.
What is the difference for Brian, though? I mean, I know teams play better at home, obviously, and struggle on the road, and UTEP has, Marshall has, but 8 of 9 interceptions on the road, is it just bad luck, or is there something that he's more comfortable here than he is there, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, Brian, you know, and again, you know, turnovers are unacceptable. We can't have them. You know, the 2 turnovers he had, of course, he had the 3 with 1 off the helmet, but the other 2, they weren't bad decisions. You know, they were just, you know, I really don't want to get into all that, but he made the right reads. He just didn't make the right throws. And, you know, a lot of that maybe he didn't practice all week. I mean, you know, you got to practice. But again, Brian, I felt at that time gave us the best chance of accomplishing what we wanted to accomplish there, and we just didn't get it done.
Anything else? All right,
Thanks, guys.